Hi, this is Tracy from Tracing Dreams. I'd like to share a junk journal thrift haul with you today. Well, it's mostly a thrift haul. There's a few things from new things in here as well. So this is like a cumulative haul over a couple of weeks and quite a few different stores and things. So I didn't find all these goodies at one place. um, so the first thing I found here was this Betty Crocker recipe card library, and I have seen others haul this as well. And I have found one before at a estate sale that was a reasonable amount of money, but it was very dirty. So this one I found at a thrift store, and it was only $4, and I thought that was worth it because look at all of these recipes in here. So very cool cards for using in junk journaling. It says copyright 1971 there, so this one's from the 70s. And I've seen other boxes in those like 70s kinds of colors, like yellow in that as well. So yeah, they have a little bit of everything here. Men's favorites. This reminds me, I was watching Meg the other day from Chasing Retro, and she had received a book about men's favorite recipes in Happy Meal. So I don't know why these, men would like some of these more so than women, but but this one's cool here, the children's parties. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are so cute with those guys. So yeah, these could be some really fun journaling cards. Gifts from your kitchen. I don't know what those would be like. Also like little cookies and things, baked goods. Yeah, so lots of cool recipe cards in here. It has an index book too, and then some cardboard in here. I wonder what that was down there. Ooh, a little charm. Looks like Lady of Mr. Caramel. Okay. So you never know what you're gonna find in some of these things here. Okay, so we'll put that aside here. And at that same thrift store, I got some trims. I think these were from that one. And they do have trims and fabric and stuff there. A lot of the fabric, it was nice, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And some of their things are a little overpriced. Like they had a set of washi tape for like $10. That was definitely not worth $10 and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, this had a variety of rickrack in it. So I have this nice thick green and yellow here in these colors. I love the blue. And this brown with gold. It's plain brown there. And then this one I couldn't turn down at 99 cents. All this little baby rickrack. So in the baby rickrack, it's harder to find new. A lot of times you can find the regular size rickrack. But the baby rickrack is harder to find. And then just this bit of lace here. It was 50 cents. And one of their colors was, I think, half off, and I can't remember which one it was. And then this vintage ruffle, eyelet ruffle. I thought that was really cool. I have lots of eyelet, but I don't have any that's like that. I also found this yellow seam binding, which is actually a thicker seam binding. I've had the lace seam binding that's more the thinner type before, quite a bit of that, but I thought this was interesting. At a different store, I did find these clothespins. So I thought these would be great for wrapping ribbon around. So I got 2 bags of those, and then there they also had these little mini wooden spools. So I thought these would be great for making little charms on like a sewing journal. Wrap some thread around them. I found these vintage flashcards, multiplication cards from Whitman. So I have lots of the bigger flashcards, but when I find the vintage smaller ones, I've been picking those up just because I don't have as many of those. And I don't think, yeah, these are green with blue on the other side. So I don't think I have any that are green and blue like that. So I thought that was a good find, and they were $1.70. Not bad at all. We had to go down to Ohio for my daughter's softball tournament, so I picked up a couple things at a antique store there. They had the giant antique store. We didn't even get to go through all of it because my husband and my daughter were getting bored, but I did find a few things reasonably priced, and I got this Raggedy Ann book. I thought was really cute. It's in fairly good shape too. So I like the pictures, colors, nice. And then I got this, It's a Lovely Day book. I don't know, it's a wonder book. Again, good shape, 1956 it says. This is the 1976 printing, so okay. I was gonna say this was in very good shape for the 50s, but yeah, that makes more sense. This is the 70s printing. So I love the illustrations in here, so pretty. I love the colors. And that book was in, I mean, the spine could be in better shape, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Got some vintage wrapping paper that is still in the package. And I liked this one because it had just lots of cool little things. Like every time I look at it, I see something different. You have the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls there, dollhouse, some old antiques and things there, the old sewing machine. So there's a little bit of everything on this paper here. So, and it does repeat. That's the back there. So I'm assuming there's probably 2 sheets in there. Yeah, it says 2 sheets, each 29 inches by 20 inches. So yeah, I thought that was fun. I cannot resist vintage wrapping paper. I found something very cool there, and so cool that I waited for them to actually contact the person whose booth it was to find the price, because there was no price written in these. So this is a training book for how to keep ledgers. And this was, I don't know if it had a date in there or not, but it has the index of all the different kinds of things you would use the like the ledgers for, and there's other things in here too with banking and bookkeeping. So I thought this was very cool. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell what date it's from because it has the 19 on all of them, the examples, but doesn't give a year. But yeah, so this is like a ledger-sized book. It has all these cool examples in here. Some examples of like checks and things. You gotta be careful with the pages. They're a little fragile here. Yeah, I thought this was a really good find. And they ended up, when they called the dealer that was selling these, $5 each, she said. So I thought that was not bad considering that the price of these kinds of books has really gone up. So yeah, this looks like it was from a some sort of like banking class or business class. And they had here students price list for different things that I guess you would use when you were doing your homework or whatever. So there is that, and then there was this ledger as well. And this is not in the best of shape, but I'm kind of wondering if it was used for practice with the class. I don't know, but it had this, this says 1903 on it. So I don't know, again, if it was like an example. It has these blank ledger pages here, and then some that has some writing in it. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking this might have been used as the practice ones here, maybe. But yeah, I thought this was pretty awesome. Love these pages here. Yeah, and that's what else made me think it was for practice, because they had some of these with like the half sheets on them in that too. So yeah, that was probably my favorite find at that antique store, definitely. Let's see here. A few other things that I found. My local thrift shop that I go to, that it's like right by my house, they I don't know if they cleaned it out or whatever, but they just haven't had as much recently. So I'm kind of going to give them a little bit of a break and kind of see where things go after that. Give them a week or two to let them stock some more things up. But I did find this Scrapbook the one day I was there, and I only found like one thing, and that's pretty unusual for me. And so it's, you know, got a little bit of damage on the front page there, but other than that, it doesn't look like it's really been used much. And these are so cool. If you're not familiar with Scrapbooks, I want to say like early 2000s, they were marketed as almost like a scrapbook junk journal type thing, and you could get all these accessories and things that would go with it. So I thought this was pretty cool. And I've gotten one before, and that one had smelled pretty bad of cigarette smoke, so I had taken the pages out and then put them in my box with the cat litter and all that, and put them outside in the sun and that to get the smell out, and then use the pages as I would, you know, like scrapbook paper and that, because a lot of times they have really cool designs and things on them. So, and then it has these pages in here that are like kind of like photo sleeves, so you could put a picture in there or something else. Some grid paper as a horse. Oh. So yeah, I really love these. Another page here, pictures, some ledger paper. Yeah, so this was really fun, a fun find. And it has a little spot here for a pencil, so I'll definitely use that. They had these, I forget what you call these, but they're, you know, for jewelry making, where you put the beads or whatever on there and then bend it over for a charm. And then I got this seam binding here. Again, this is the thicker kind here. This is like the typical size. So I thought they were fun colors. I tried to only pick up like colors that I knew I would use. Their books are buy one, get one free, I believe, and have been for a while. They had a special, and they've been doing that for a while, so I did get this one. I really love the color, and the patina on these pages is pretty awesome as well, so I'll probably use the pages. This one, I just thought the cover was kind of cool. Again, I had to like pick out another book to get my free one, but yeah. And then found a little golden book, The Magic Next Door, which I thought this little guy was just adorable. So, and then again, I had found that one on one trip, so I needed another one, book, so I got a Spanish dictionary here. Be fun to use in projects. Then I did go to Ollie's one day. Sorry for the plastic here. Try and pull everything out at once. This Ollie's I get to go to every once in a while because it's near. It's about an hour from my home, but I do have to go up to the city for work sometimes. And they had some new things there. I'm definitely seeing some different things at different Ollie's, but they had these like gem stickers. They're kind of pretty. I thought maybe on the cover of a journal or something with some lace. And then I thought these were cool. I had to open it up to see them, but these pocket envelopes, and this is what they look like inside. So, and I love this green color. It's very cool. So, love that. So those were $1. Everything was $1 except the paper and these markers here. So these paper packs were $1, 50 sheets of 6x8, and they're all neutrals in that one. And I remember Joanne selling these paper packs, and then these also 6x8, and these are it says mermaid. It's like the purples and blues and that. So pretty. So love the papers this size because I can back journaling cards and things with them pretty easily. This was $1.99 Basil premium paper. I may have already gotten one of these in another Ollie's haul, but I mean, for $1.99 for this, for 32 sheets of this paper, it's a pretty good deal. So it's pretty good paper, 8.5 by 11. I did get these markers, brush markers, just because I don't have any. These I think were like maybe $4.99, something like that. But you do get 24 of them, and they have quite a few different colors in here. So I'll let you guys know how much I like them. I did open them up to kind of look at them a little bit. And I did use one, and it was pretty similar to a regular marker. Then one more thing. I ordered, gosh, probably like a month ago from Scrapbook Supply Outlet, the new Tim Holtz papers. And at that time, they had a few other Tim Holtz things on sale or clearance, I think. So like these little labels were only $2.50. These paper trims were like $3, something like that. And then they had like a bundle where I could get all of the big papers, the 3 12x12s, and then the 3, I think 8x8s, for, I can't remember the exact price, but there was a discount for getting them all together. So I really like the papers. I did open some of them up to look at them, and they're really cool. I think the orange might be my favorite. I can open that real quick, or maybe I'll open the little one to show you. I think they're kind of the same patterns, but sorry about all the crinkling. I watched, if you haven't watched Tim Holtz's video on YouTube of when they released these, I think it was like the week before they released them, he showed all of them, and I am really looking forward to, like, I think every couple months they're releasing 3 more, and I'm looking forward to, I think, the teal collection, because that's like one of my favorite colors, and that's coming out, I think, maybe late spring, early summer. I can't remember when he said that one was coming out, but I think it's after the next collection. But these are just so cool. I mean, and I'm going to try my best not to hoard them. That was another thing Tim Holtz said in his video. He's like, you guys don't need to hoard these. We're going to keep releasing them as long as they're selling. So, I think he meant, you know, restocking the same papers. So I love this. Old botanicals and that, stamps. And I know these are the same as the fabrics they released, I think, like last year, but I'm more likely to use the paper rather than the fabrics. I do use fabrics in my junk journals and things, but not as much. So definitely these are awesome. And like I said, I'm gonna have to work really hard to make myself use them, come up with a perfect project for them. So yeah, so that's my haul for today. Let me know what your favorite items were, and if you have any ideas for using the Tim Holtz papers, or the recipe cards that I had found too. I have a ton of those. So again, thank you so much for joining me today, and if you like my video, please click like, and please subscribe to see more haul videos. And I'm going to be trying to make some more videos on me actually using some of the things I found in my hauls. Unfortunately, I have had a couple of illnesses over the past month, so I haven't been able to film a lot, but I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.